Okay. Hi, Mikiko. Happy Monday. All right. Well, first of all, for those who are new, nice to meet you. My name is Chris. I'm part of the sales process team, one of the onboarding specialists who's just gonna help you out during the week. The idea for these weekly meetings or the office hours is to basically showcase you one specific topic so that you can use it for your business and apply it right away, okay? Um, Hi Thomas, how are you? Happy Monday. The
Monday.
topic for today will be basically how to set up your calendar and how to set up appointments. Okay. The topic will be very straightforward, very easy. So if along the way you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay. You can just unmute or you can just raise your hand. Okay. Or type it in the chat as well. Okay, perfect. Let me share my screen real quick. Second. Can you guys see my screen now? Perfect. Okay. So once you log in into the system, this is the first thing you would see, right? And then in order to use your calendar feature right here, first you need to set up your calendar, okay? So there are different ways to set up your calendar depending on the calendar you use. So if you use, for example, Google Calendar, there's one way to connect and integrate that feature. And then if you use other calendars such as Outlook Calendar or iCalendar, the connection will be a little bit different, right? Regardless of the calendar type you use, you gotta go to calendar settings in here, okay? In here, you'll have four different tabs, right? Under calendars is where you would create the different type of calendars depending on your needs. Um, We're gonna cover this in just a second, but first I want to show you how to set up and integrate your calendar, okay? So to do that, we just gotta go to connections, and then in here, the display is gonna be different from you. Right now, this is, since this is a test account, the access is restricted. But in your case, if you go to connections, you would see a button in blue, just like this one, that says add new or new. You just gotta click on that button and you'll have different calendar options to connect. It could be Outlook, it could be Google Calendar, it could be Calendly if you have, it could be iCalendar. So those are the main calendars that it can be integrated with the sales process software, right? Um, and you just gotta click on connect, log in with your credentials, ID and password, and allow the permission, okay? The connection is pretty straightforward, all right? That being said, uh, another way to connect the calendar is if you use specifically Google Calendar, you just gotta go to the left-hand menu, scroll down, and go to integrations, okay? Under integrations, not only you can connect your social media apps, but also if you check the Google box, either there will be an option to say to connect sign in with Google. Once it's connected, it will appear your Gmail account or Google account will appear in here, and then you just gotta click on the left box where it says Google Calendar. Just take me there, and it will direct you to the connection section that we were before. Okay. Now, Once the calendar, let's say if it's Google, if it's connected, or Outlook, or whatever calendar you use, it's connected. All the events and appointments that appear in your in that calendar will be synced with the calendar feature that appears in here. If we go back, okay, it will be reflected, and you will see the events appearing in here as well. Okay. Again, the connection is pretty straightforward. Now, a good question from Karen is, can you connect more calendars at the same time? Unfortunately not. The software is designed to connect only one. Um, but what you can do is add team members or different team members or employees and set up different calendars through those different users. And then in here, in the main calendar feature that appears on the bottom right corner, as you can see the users and you can check their calendars through here. Although one calendar will be connected in here, you can check other calendars. That option is available, but unfortunately, the system is designed to only connect one calendar, and it should be your business calendar or your main calendar. Okay? You can switch between calendar types as well. All right? That's one thing you could do, but only one at a time. Now, going back to calendar settings, I wanted to show you the calendar tab that appears in here, right? So as I mentioned before, this is where you would create your calendars. Depending on the business strategy you use, if it's a discovery call or an intro call, or maybe it's something related to your service or product, those can be created. In order to do that, you just gotta click on Create Calendar on the top right corner, and you will see different calendar types, right? You have a brief description on what that calendar is specifically meant for, okay? The most common ones are personal booking and round robin, all right? So you don't have to really worry about which one to set up, because the setup itself is the same for all these type of calendars. The main difference would be the purpose of or the functionality of the calendar itself. Now, let's create one as an example. We're gonna create personal booking. Again, the setup is the same for all these different type of calendars, okay? So it always starts with giving the calendar a name. So for example, freeze discovery call, something like that. The next step would be to select the team member. Right now, this is the only account, the user that appears, but let's say that you added more team members. More than one team member can be involved in this calendar. Next step would be to set up the custom URL. The Slack should be unique, so it shouldn't be taken, basically. Something like discovery call, discovery dash call. As you can see, this Slack is already taken, so this URL already exists, and you gotta use a different one. You can use 3 is taken. What about 5? 5 is taken. Dash Chris. Okay. Discovery call Chris is not taken. I'm gonna use that one. And then in here, you can quickly set up the meeting specs, but it's better if you don't do it here. And I'm gonna show it how to further edit the calendar, okay? So let's say we did this. We're gonna confirm. This will create a calendar. Oh, the slug is taken, you see? What about if I added a 1? Perfect. Now that it's created, here it is, trace discovery call. As you can see, the one I just created, if you check the column status, this is the only one that is active, okay? If you click on the 3 dots, you can activate or deactivate the calendar according to your needs, okay? I'm gonna deactivate this calendar because this is a test only. And if you click on the 3 dots again and click on edit, this is where you can further edit the calendar. You can add a description in here. This is a test. You can add it to to groups within the calendars. And at the end of the meeting details, you can even change the event color that appears in your Google Calendar or any other calendar, okay? Now, under availability in this tab, this is where you can actually edit your available hours or your availability, okay? It could be 8 to 5. And then if you click on the two little squares, you can copy that same schedule or time frame with the other days that you apply, okay? Then right below your available hours, you can also edit the meeting specs. And by meeting specs, I mean the meeting durations. It could be 30 minutes. If it's a discovery call, it could be 15 minutes. Meeting interval. Here, there is an icon that gives you more information about what that specific feature does. Basically, meeting interval is the time between one call and the next one. Okay. You have the date range, you have minimum scheduling notice, maximum bookings per day, and so on. Okay, all of these can be edited. Once you feel comfortable with your editions, remember to save it on the top right corner here. Okay, once it's saved, you would just close, and the calendar is good to go. Okay, remember that it needs to be active in order to be published. If you want to check the calendar link, just click on the three dots again, click on share, and here you can find the permanent link, okay? And you can paste it in a new tab and test it out, okay? And let's say that you already have an active website outside sales process, you can get the embed code in here and you can add it into your website as well, okay? Or funnel, depending on what you have. So far, is there any questions regarding this? Perfect. Okay. Now, booking appointments or setting up your calendar can also be connected with automations, right? And I'm gonna show you briefly how to do that and how it works. You just gotta go, let's say that we already created a calendar, right? Create discovery call. Then if you wanna connect it with an automation, let's say that once your lead booked an appointment with you, you want to send them a reminder or you want them to be added somewhere within your software. You just gotta go to automation and create that automation for yourself, right? We're gonna create one from scratch, or you can select a recipe as well. Let me show you. The recipe are basically kind of like templates that you can just skim through them and see if there's one for appointments here. This recipe is appointment confirmation plus reminder. So this is a good example on one that we can use. We're gonna select this one. And here we can see that this is for all automations or workflows in general. Automations always start with a trigger, and in this case, the trigger will be when the lead books an appointment with you, right? Or an appointment is confirmed. We're gonna click on this and we're gonna see which event type it is. Normal appointment status is confirmed. Okay. Once an appointment is confirmed or the status is confirmed, an email will be sent to that lead. Hi, name of the lead, your appointment has been confirmed for date and time, and the time zone as well. Let us know if you have any questions. Of course, this message can be edited, right? And here it is also set up if you use Zoom as a tool, okay? Basically sending a confirmation email to the lead. Then the automation waits 24 hours and there is another email reminding the lead about the appointment, okay? And then also 1 hour before the meeting, the actual meeting, so that the lead doesn't forget, okay? Here. And also via SMS. Same thing. One is through email and one is through SMS, okay? And also, just to make sure, in this case, 5 minutes before the actual meeting, there's one last reminder, okay? Send via SMS and via email, okay? Of course, this can all be edited according to your needs. If you don't want to be that meticulous, or you just want to send one reminder, you can definitely edit and customize this according to your strategy. And then one thing that I think it's important is that within the reminder, it gives you the Zoom meeting location, okay? And in order to have that automated, you gotta set up and connect your Zoom account, okay? Now, in order to connect your Zoom account, you gotta go back to calendars, calendar settings, connections, and video conferencing. Okay, right now you are in calendars, but if you go to video conferencing, this is where you can connect your Zoom account. Again, your displays will be different. Here, my access is restricted, but in your case, you'll have the Zoom logo, and you just gotta click on connect, log in with your ID and password, and allow the permissions. Okay, pretty straightforward. If you are on a Mac and you've never used Zoom before, it will require you to allow permission to record the calls and things like that. So you will probably need to set that up in your Mac as well, or your Apple device. Okay. Now, so far, any questions on this? If not, I'm gonna move forward and give you a little bit of a homework. It's gonna be pretty straightforward. The homework for today or for this week will be actually to create a calendar and set up a basic automation based on that. Okay, so I'm gonna just go over the quick review on how to do that. Okay, the first step would be, if you don't have your calendar connected, you would go to connections and calendars in here, add new, connect your calendar with your ID and password. If it's Google, great. If it's Outlook, you can connect it. If it's iCalendar, the process is going to be a little bit different. If you're Calendly, again, ID and password as well, okay? Once you connected your calendar, you would create the actual calendar. Create calendar, you can set up the test calendar you need, whatever you want to check. The one we created before was personal booking, but if we click on round robin, as you can see, the setup is gonna be the same. So calendar name, select the team members that it's gonna be probably you, customize the URL. Dots are not allowed, exclamation marks are not allowed, only dashes, okay, in here in the custom URL. Just keep that in mind. And once you're done, you would just confirm, and you can further edit the calendar in here in the three dots, edit. You can add a description in here, and under availability, this is where you can edit your available hours or your availability, and also the meeting specs, okay? Once you finish editing your calendar, just save it on the top right corner and you can close the calendar. Remember that in order for the automations or the calendar to work, the status should be active and not draft. In order to switch or activate or deactivate the calendar, just click on the three dots, and here you can activate the calendar or deactivate it, okay? And then once the calendar is created, you can click on share, check the permanent link, paste it in a new tab, and you can actually book an appointment just as a test to see how it works and how it looks like. Once you see the calendar is working, you can create the automation. And in order to create the automation, you just gotta go back, go to automations. And in here, you can create one from scratch or use the recipe I showed you, which is this one. Recipe, appointment confirmation plus reminder. If you wanna create one from scratch, you can definitely do that. Start from scratch. Nothing will appear in here, of course, but you can set up the trigger. Let's go to appointment. It could be either the customer booked an appointment or the appointment status. Both work. Let's say that we use customer booked an appointment. In this case, you get to add a filter and you get to select in calendar. Let's see. Checking this. Appointment again. Appointment status. Event is normal. You would add a filter. And the appointment status is should be always confirmed. Okay. One thing to keep in mind as well is that you can create other automation based on the appointment status, right? So let's say that the lead cancel the appointment, then that can be a trigger to send another reminder, right? Like something, for example, hey, I see you canceled the last appointment. Feel free to book another appointment whenever you get the chance, and you can give them a link. Something like that could be an automation as well. But the appointment in this case would be confirmed. You would add the step to send the email. Send email. You can set up the template or hey, appointment confirmed. This is of course just kind of like a template. You would save the action. Oh, I need to add a subject. Test appointment. And then you can set up a wait 1 day, another reminder. Oh, I think I selected SMS. I wanted to add email. Email, subject test 2, and then wait 1 hour. Send an SMS, send an email, and just go over the same process. Basically, I'm doing the same workflow that appear as a template. So if you want to post the homework real quick, you can use the template for sure, okay? The one that was recipe, appointment plus reminder.
Basic
Oh,
question.
confirmation. Yeah,
In order to get a notification yourself, you need to add that to your automations, right? That's not automatically
exactly. If you want
somewhere.
to add an internal notification, you can definitely add that. Let me see if I can find the calendar that I just created. Recent here. No, this one is in blank. Should be the second one here. Let's say that you want to add an internal notification. Internal notification could be an SMS or an actual notification or an email to yourself. And you would just fill that in. And it could be kind of like an email, same as the confirmation email, but for yourself, okay?
And the Zoom link would always be the same for every customer.
No, if you integrate the Zoom link, or actually if you integrate the Zoom account, a new Zoom link will be created for each appointment.
Oh, automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that helps. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and one
Sure.
more question. Does it make
Yes.
sense to connect Calendly if you have this sales process calendar already working?
Mm, I mean, Calendly is usually an option because some users were already using that app before. So just to have a smoother transition, there is an option to connect the Calendly calendar, right? But definitely, if you want to use the calendar system completely, that's the main idea, and that's how it's meant to be. So um, basically, adding the Calendly feature is for certain people who are already using the Calendly app, and they want to have a smooth transition to the calendar system we have in here. Okay.
Mhm. Thanks.
The same applies for the other calendar types, Google Calendar as well. If you, let's say, work a lot with your phone and you already are using Google Calendar in your phone, you can just integrate between the calendar system we have in sales process and the Google Calendar, and you can just have all in your phone as well. Okay, perfect. All right, that would be it for today. I appreciate the time for all of you. Um, if anything, that would be the homework. Okay, I'm gonna share it with you one more thing. Give me 1 second. So the homework should be posted in the Facebook community group, okay? Just like usual, all right? And it should be posted with the hashtag sales process wins, just like this, okay? Once you post that, you will be automatically participating in winning one of these three prizes, okay? The first prize would be one exclusive hot seat with Peng Jun, where he'll be coaching basically topics such as fine-tuning your offer, optimizing your sales funnels, and expand your traffic strategy for massive growth. The second seat will be basically a one-on-one, but with Marcus, where you will be covering basically traffic and ad strategy, reviewing your ad performance and targeting, exploring insights on different traffic strategies, and refining your split testing techniques for a better return of investment. And then, last but not least, the third seat would be one ticket to the Internet Mastery Retreat Live for this year, where you're basically gaining insider insights into the 10 critical strategies to maximize your business, and just an amazing experience to supercharge and grow your business in general, okay? As a plus, the first and second seat will also receive one ticket to the Internet Mastery Retreat Live, okay? Okay, so again, that's it for today. I hope you can join to the other office hours. If not, remember that in the Sales Process University, you will have the recording. And let's keep in touch and have a nice week, okay? Perfect. All right, guys, take care and let's meet in the other office hours. Bye bye.